Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 114, unit multipliers. So this lesson starts on page 597. Let's just jump right in. So a unit multiplier, as you see written across the screen, says that it is a fraction that equals 1 and is written with two different units of measure. So I have these examples here. A 1 unit multiplier would be 1 foot over 12 inches. It works out because we know that 1 foot and 12 inches are the same measure. So let's see, sorry. I've got my little pen that I use on the screen and sometimes it doesn't like to cooperate. There we go. Okay, my apologies for that. So the reason we know that 1 foot over 12 inches would be an appropriate unit multiplier is because it equals the same thing. And remember, any number over itself equals 1. And we use unit multipliers whenever we want to convert one measure to another. So, for example, if we wanted to convert, let's do our example, give us some room, 60 inches to feet. All right, I want to know how many feet 60 inches equals. So what we would do is we would just write 60 inches over here or wherever. Then what you do is you multiply by a unit multiplier. And the way you choose your unit multiplier is you want whatever the new unit is to be in the numerator. So because we're going from inches to feet, we want feet to be in the numerator and we want inches to be in the denominator. So which unit multiplier do we choose? Which one has feet in the numerator and inches in the denominator? This first one here. Okay, so we're going to multiply it by 5 feet over 12 inches. And let me just tell you really quickly why we wanted to choose the correct unit multiplier. We do that because when we multiply, remember that you can cancel units. So inches over inches cancels out. So what we would be left with is 60 times 1, so that's 60 feet, over 1 times 12, 12, not inches because inches cancel out. So 60 feet over 12. So what is 60 divided by 12? It is 5. So the answer would be 5 feet. So make sure that you understand when you are choosing your unit multiplier, first of all, the numerator and denominator have to equal the same measure, even if it's with a different unit. And then also you choose the one that has the unit you need in the top and the unit you're getting rid of in the bottom, okay? So the unit you need is the numerator, the unit you're canceling out is the denominator. So let's jump into some examples. Okay, example 1, write 2 unit multipliers using these equivalent measures. So if I know that 3 feet equals 1 yard, we can write 2 unit multipliers. So the first one would be 3 feet over 1 yard, as simple as that. The second one would just be the reciprocal, 1 yard over 3 feet. Okay, so that's how we would make unit multipliers. We just put one value over the other. One becomes the numerator, one becomes the denominator. Letter B, which unit multiplier would you choose to convert 30 yards? And I'm just going to write this out. We're going to convert 30 yards to feet. I know it's already on the screen, but 30 yards to feet. So remember, the unit you want is going to be the numerator. The unit you're getting rid of is the denominator. So we would choose 3 feet over 1 yard. Because if we were to multiply, which we're gonna do in a second, let's just skip right over to it. You choose the one that has the unit you need. So 30 feet. Oh, 1 second. Let's do this one because it actually is different. So let's multiply by 30 yards over 1. So as you see, your unit of yards cancels out. So 3 times 30 is 90 feet. Over 1 times 1 is just 1, so the answer would be 90 feet. You had those units cancel out. Now look at this next question. It says convert 30 feet to yards using a unit multiplier. So 30 feet over 1. We're going to multiply by something. So if we're converting from, we want it to be in yards, but we have feet, what's our unit multiplier? How are yards and feet related? So remember, there are 3 feet per 1 yard. Okay? So our unit of feet cancels out. Let's multiply across. Or let's multiply across and then I'll give you a second option. So 30 times 1 is 30 over 1 times 3. So 30 over 3 equals 10. And then our unit is yards. If way back before we started multiplying, you saw 30 and 3 that you could reduce, you are, of course, welcome to do that. And so actually it kind of just took all the work away from you and you got 10 yards right away. Okay, so that's the gist of it. You want to make sure that you choose the unit measure that's appropriate. And originally I just was going to have you guys start the practice set, but that's not really much practice. So let's do one of the practice set problems together. And that just means if you're watching this, you'll get it right. Okay, so let's look at letter A. And now I'm on page 598. So write 2 unit multipliers for these equivalent measures. So it says 1 gallon equals 4 quarts. So your unit multipliers are going to be 1 gallon over 4 quarts and 4 quarts over 1 gallon. Those are 2 different unit multipliers you would use in different situations. So let's look at letter B, because that kind of asks us to choose which one. It says, which unit multiplier from problem A would you use to convert 12 gallons to quarts? Which one would we use? So if we're moving 2 quarts, this needs to be my numerator. Gallons needs to be my denominator. So we will use this one, 4 quarts over 1 gallon. Okay, so I hope that helped. I know these videos are getting just shorter and shorter as I started cutting out the mental math and cutting out the practice sets, but I really don't want to give you too much of the answers here. So do the practice set on Google Classroom, and then the homework you will find there. You'll find it in the description of this video. And as always, please just let me know if you have any questions. I hope this made sense to you and that you enjoyed it. And it's pretty simple. You guys have done this before, but now you are kind of creating your own unit multipliers. All right. Have a great day.